Hi everybody, Little Pepper Lady here. How's everybody doing today? It is Thursday, May, let me see, I think it's the 9th. Yes, it's May 9th, 2019. Oh, it's pretty bad when you don't know what day it is. Today's been a really great day. I went and hung out with Prepper Nurse One. As you guys know, we live in the same community, so we met and we're good friends. And we wanted to get together today and kind of discuss, my channel, his channel. He was teaching me the ropes on how to do a few different things. So we spent the day, going over his property, and he was showing me some things about his solar system, his chicken coop that he is in the process of working on. Chicken mansion, I guess it's not even really a coop. It's more of a mansion. That thing is huge in person. I know what it looks like on camera because I do watch his videos, but it is huge and it's gonna be awesome when it's done. His whole property is going to be awesome when it's done. He took me around the entire place today, and we had a really great day. I did do a video with him earlier today, this afternoon, because he has an art show at the school with his daughter this evening, so that's where he's at right now. And I will be going down in a little bit to go to check out some of her artwork as well. It's always important to be able to, get together with people in your community and then show support for whatever causes that they have. And because he has kids and I understand how that is with my own children, I will be going down to support her, and I think that that's important. And, obviously he would do the same for me if, something was going on and, my kids had asked him to come. Actually, my son wants to meet him and do some gun things with him, so we will be doing that at some point. But it was a really great day. He showed me some really awesome stuff. He taught me some new things, and I took a lot of information away from today. But basically, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you to everybody that is a new subscriber. I should have wrote them down, but honestly, I'm going to shout out to everybody that is a new subscriber to my channel. I hope that, you're going to enjoy the content that I'm going to put out here. Like I've said before, it's going to be some prepping things mixed in with some real life experiences, different things that you can do when it comes to prepping, and talking about topics, things that stir people up, so to say. Get the gears grinding in your head and get you thinking about some things that are going on in the world and in your immediate community, wherever you may be. So again, I want to say thank you to Prepper Nurse One for, telling everybody and shouting me out last night to come over to my channel. And I appreciate every single one of you for coming over here and joining me. And I hope that, this channel grows and I can get to that point and be able to share my views and thoughts and ideas with you guys. And you'll be able to take things away from that. I also wanted to discuss today a little bit about what we had talked about in our video and add some things to it. So in that particular video that we did earlier today, we had discussed, prepping in the beginning and being organized as far as that goes, and the stressfulness of it when you're first starting out. And as somebody who's just starting prepping, I know all too well how, the stressfulness of it can be. But one big thing I want you guys to take away if you're just starting out with your prepping, which I've been reading the comments and commenting back to you guys and letting you know, that I'm right there with you as far as a lot of that stuff goes. I'm brand new to it also. My advantage that I have had, though, is my mother is a prepper, and she has been prepping for several years, and she's very old school as far as things go. Yes, I am a little bit younger. I'm only in my 30s, but I, have experience and have grown and have learned from her how to do things from somebody who is much older in their 60s, 70s, 80s, things like that. So I have taken those things, I have passed them on to my children, and those are important things that we need to do with our kids, because they're going to be the ones that are here and they need to know the knowledge that we have, and we need to pass that on to them. But when we were doing the video, at the beginning we were discussing the stressfulness of being a starting out prepper. And yes, it is overwhelming, and yes, it can be very stressful at times, because you have this idea when you're first starting out on where you want to be. But you have to keep in the back of your mind that that's going to take you a little bit of time to get there, especially if you're doing it the way that most of us do it on a budget, and you're only able to pick up a few items here and there and store them away. So the best advice that I can give to anybody like myself who's just starting out and this is working for me, it may or may not work for you, that's fine. But get organized. Start out with a list and say, okay, the first thing I want to start out with is a 2-week supply for myself and for anybody that I have in my immediate family, whether it be a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, your children. Don't forget about your animals. That's huge. You need to prep for your animals, and that's my next step. Once I have my 2-week supply, is making sure that I have extra dog food, cat litter, all of those kind of things for my animals in case, an SHTF situation happens and we don't have any way to be able to go to the grocery store and buy them those essential things. Yes, they can eat human food, but it's not good for their diet for an extended period of time. So I want to make sure that I have that stuff prepped for my animals as well. So start out with your list. And the way that I wanted to do it was I had a list started out saying, okay, I need to get this many gallons of water for a 2-week supply for the 5 of us. I need to have this many canned goods for 1 meal a day for each of us for 2 weeks for all 5 of us. And then I did it as far as pastas go. If we're going to do a lunch or a dinner with a pasta, do it like a meal plan. So you know how a lot of people will make a meal plan for the week, especially people who are working and have a busy schedule that they need to stick to, they will have a meal plan. So they will say, okay, Monday is going to be taco night. Tuesday is going to be spaghetti meatball night. Wednesday is going to be, pizza night. Those kind of things. So if you're planning out your 2 weeks and what you need to eat as far as meals, do it that way. It may make it a little bit easier for you. That's how I did it, and it's worked out very well for me to just say, I need this much pasta for each meal for each one of us. I need this much water in order to do those meals. And go at it that way. That might make it a little bit easier for you to build that 2-week supply up that you need to start out your prepping. And once you're at that 2-week point, and I haven't reached it myself yet, but once you are at that 2-week point, I have a feeling that we're going to start relieving some of that stress on ourselves, because in the back of our minds, we're saying, okay, if something does happen tomorrow, at least we're prepared for the next 2 weeks, and then we can go from there. And that's all that you can do. You're not going to be able to, within a week's time, prepare for, a year's worth of food for everybody in your family unless you have a ton of money to be able to do that. And if you do, that's great. Go ahead and do it. But if you're like the majority of us and you don't have that, then doing it this way is probably going to be your best bet. And that's honestly how I plan to go about it. So once I have my 2-week supply and I'm set for myself and my kids and my animals, then I'm going to start looking into other things that I need to prep for. So I've started doing some first aid stuff, but I want to make sure that I have a list set up so that I have, enough first aid stuff for at least a year for us in case something happens. We need to bug out. We need to have bags on our back, and we need to get to where we need to get to. Zeus, no. I apologize. He's always barking at people. Things like that. We need to be able to set our goals, make them reachable goals and reasonable goals, and just pick away at it one thing at a time. So that's kind of what I wanted to get on here and do. Thank you again, everybody who has newly subscribed to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Always keep in mind, everything happens for a reason. Whatever you're going through right now, whether it's a good time or a bad time, good situation, bad situation, it's happening for a reason. So stick with it. Better things will come in the future. Forget about the past. Think about the future. And live in the now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We could all not be here tomorrow, so you need to live in the moment and live in the now and be thinking about the future. That's all I got for today, guys. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.